It's time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online for all your website needs at sonicwebstudios.com. The Mike Wagner Show brings you interesting people doing interesting things all across the globe. Now, let's get started on the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com. Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios, taking your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. Also on Facebook at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can also listen and download on SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, as well as watch the interview on YouTube as well. We have a very fine gentleman who used to come from Boston, currently in California. He's doing some acting, a little bit of modeling, and he also knows Rodney Collins very well, and he's off to a great start. He's appeared in a couple of shorts so far, and he also just gave me some breaking news about what's going to be happening on a major network. So without further ado, we're going to get to this right here. He's a huge New England Patriots fan. He's also a big sports fan, and he's still hungover from the Patriots Super Bowl win over the Los Angeles Rams earlier. And, of course, we'll talk a little bit more about it, but this is not Tom Brady, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, live from California, jumping from the Tea Party over to the California Party, Baker Halleran. Baker, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having me on your show. I appreciate your time. It's an honor.
Hey, no problem. So you're from the Boston area, have done a little bit of modeling, and you're doing some acting. You've known Rodney Collins very well, and he's been kind of a mentor to you in a way. And you also have been on a couple of shorts as well, too. And, of course, we're trying to get the information. You've been on Street Smarts and also Whitey, which is a very prominent series starring someone very familiar from Boston. Before we get to all that, tell us how you got started in show business.
I was born in Oklahoma City, believe it or not, and I moved to the Boston area when I was about 3 years old. And I was always big into sports, and I loved movies. Growing up, I played soccer, ice hockey, and lacrosse. And as about around 9 or 10 years old, I started doing plays in school. I wanted to meet all the pretty girls, and I just fell in love with acting. And my two dreams as a kid were to be in the movies, movie star, TV star type, or play for the Boston Red Sox. And I ended up picking up lacrosse when I was in about 8th grade. But, so ever since then, I lived in New York City for a little while, was doing classes and plays there and some modeling. Then I moved to Milan in Paris and Europe for some modeling. Now I've been in LA for a few years. And, I just came off. I played a cop last week on the show, the new hit show on Fox called 911. I played an LAPD, and I'm grateful. Tomorrow I have a big audition for the hit show on FX called Snowfall, playing another cop, which is about the rise of the cocaine crack epidemic in the 1980s Los Angeles and the involvement of the CIA. So that's very exciting. That's for audition for a recurring role throughout season 3. And just happy to be on the show with you today. And everything's going pretty good.
Yeah, sounds like it really, too. And, of course, you touched on a little bit of modeling as well, too. You've been to Milan, you've been to Paris and a couple of things. What kind of modeling have you done, and who are some of the clients you've worked for in modeling, and what type?
Oh, I did a lot of runway stuff, as well as some print jobs for different magazines and different fashion brands. And, that was kind of like a segue into acting. I just knew the modeling afforded me the luxury of traveling and, getting into acting quite easier. But, I've always been, I always knew like a stepping stone to acting. I'm more focused on the acting now, I would say. I'm in classes, I'm doing plays. I just paid this prominent writer who wrote one of James Franco's last movies to write me a TV show as a starring vehicle for me, a TV pilot, a 52-page TV pilot, a Bible, which is a little bit about what episodes 2 through 10 would be in the first season, as well as a short film based on the pilot. And that's along the lines of like Sopranos meets Boogie Nights. It's kind of got the drugs, violence, gang, sex, betrayal, but at the heart of it, it has family, which is the most important thing. So, yeah, I'm excited to. That's being rewritten. The writer's working on a rewrite right now, and then some pretty prominent directors and producers out here looked at it, and they said it's about 80% there. So the writer's going to work on it for about another month or two and rewrite it, and that's very exciting too. So I'm just totally focused right now.
It sounds like you do have a lot going on. You can keep us up to date on that when we have you on as well too. So you appear in a couple of shorts called Whitey. It's about the Boston mobster Whitey Bulger. You also been involved in Street Smarts, and you can tell us about those two films you've been in, and especially about the Boston mobster as well too. Whitey Bulger. He's been very, very prominent in the news as of late, and people have taken great interest in him.
Yeah, that was a cool little TV series to work on. That's kind of my favorite films are like Godfather 1, 2, Casino, Goodfellas. So I kind of like the mobster type anyways, and being from Boston. And Whitey Bulger, that the movie The Departed, which is one of my favorite movies that Martin Scorsese directed, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack Nicholson, Mark Wahlberg, Matt Damon, Alec Baldwin, was based on Whitey Bulger, actually. Jack Nicholson's character was based on Whitey Bulger, and I'm fascinated that he did so many murders, and he was working as a FBI informant for many years. And it's funny enough, he was caught, 7-8 years ago in Santa Monica, California, just walking amongst the normal folks, on the 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica, California, at the beach. And this other show, Street Smarts, I'm working on with my roommate. That's pretty exciting. That's about two guys living together. It's kind of like the opposite of Entourage, about two struggling actors trying to make it in LA, and based on life experiences. So that's very fun too. But yeah, the Whitey thing was a real hoot to work on, and the director was fun, and the cinematographer was great. So yeah, I'm just staying busy, always looking forward to obtaining my next job, and I feel like I'm on the right track and I'm up and coming. So I feel very blessed.
It sounds great as well too. And where can one can see Whitey as well too? And can you be seen on YouTube, Netflix, or where can we see
it?
Yeah,
exactly, on YouTube. It's a web series on YouTube. So yeah, I did a few episodes on that, and that was great. It was a lot of fun. And but yeah, like today, I'm just focused. I have this big audition tomorrow, so I'm very excited for that. I'll be going in the room at 11:30 a.m. tomorrow, and then I have some other stuff, which I'm not going to really talk about now, that some big things coming up in the future. But yeah, I'll definitely keep you posted on that. And yeah.
That sounds great as well, too. We'll get to a little bit more in just a minute here. You're listening to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. Also on Facebook at Facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can also download and listen on SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and also watch the interview on YouTube as well. We're here with Boston native and now living in California, Baker Halleran. He's been modeled overseas for quite a number of clients. He's been doing some acting, have a couple of projects in the works. He's already appeared in Whitey as well, too, about the Boston mobster Whitey Bulger. He's been in Street Smarts, and he's also going to be in Snowfall. They'll be on the FX channel and also on 911 and LAPD. And, of course, before we get to a couple of those here, who are some of your favorite actors and TV shows that you watched growing up?
Oh, I would say, family's very important to me first. My mother and father and sister, I grew up, and we were always big movie goers. And, I would probably say Leonardo DiCaprio is one of my favorite actors. Brad Pitt, guys like that inspire me. And then, obviously, all the Boston guys. You got Mark Wahlberg, Ben Affleck, and Matt Damon. And, they've always inspired me. And, I've actually met almost all of them. Yeah, I've met all of them except for Mark Wahlberg. So it's a dream of mine to work with them. And I was saying, yeah, like my family, I'm very much family oriented. I'm very close to my younger sister, my mother, and unfortunately my father passed away.
So sorry.
Yeah, it broke my heart, but he was my best friend, like my idol, my hero. And yeah, so I'm doing it, and we have the same name. His name was Leo Baker Halleran Jr., and my name's Leo Baker Halleran III.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he would go by Leo, and I've always gone by my middle name, Baker, and that's my stage name since I was a kid. So, yeah, I have a lot to live for. I'm going to make him proud, and he would want this for me to just be happy and do my best and work hard. So, yeah, we would always watch movies growing up together, like a lot of Tom Cruise movies. Like I remember back in the days when it was VHS, a big weekend would be going to Blockbuster Video.
I remember that, yes.
And renting, like, I don't know, let's say 6 movies, 2 for Friday night, 2 for Saturday night, and 2 for Sunday, and just watch movies all weekend. And yeah, movies is definitely one of my passions. Also traveling, food. I don't cook, but I eat out every meal, so I have a real passion for food. They have great food in LA. They got dollar taco trucks. They got great sushi, great Italian. So, yeah.
And since we're on the subject of food, you make me hungry. And of course, at Blockbuster, you get the discount popcorn and all the drinks and everything that just comes at you. It's like, would you like some popcorn, drinks, and everything else? And what would you say your favorite type of food that would be like your ideal restaurant if you're in LA or something? You mentioned the tacos and the sushi. So what are some of the things you would just like to eat, your ideal sit-down restaurant?
Yeah, there's a couple Italian restaurants. One's Medeo. This other one is called Angelini Osteria, and they both do a great bolognese al dente and a lasagna. They do a great calamari. There's the best Mexican food in the country's out here. They have great taco trucks, great Mexican restaurants with chips and salsa and enchiladas, and carnitas. And then the sushi out here is so fresh. There's restaurants like Nobu and Matsuhisa, and yeah, I feel very fortunate. I get to eat out at all these meals. I never learned to cook really. It's easier to eat on the go for me. I don't have to buy it and then prepare it and clean it up. So maybe one day, but yeah, food's a big part. Travel's a big part of my life. Obviously the arts, film and television. And I'm going to be going back to New York City next weekend, and I'm planning on catching a couple of Broadway shows. I love going to Broadway shows and eating my way through New York City. That's definitely probably my favorite city. So yeah.
And how's the food compare? How does the food in LA compare to Boston and New York in your book?
I would say the food in New York City is the best food in the world because it's so diverse, it's so big, there's so many options, it's so authentic. Boston's got unbelievable seafood, unbelievable Italian food in the North End. And LA's got great food too, but I would say definitely New York City is probably my favorite. I mean, you go to New York, you get the pizza, you get the falafels, you get all the best Italian and steak houses. And yeah, it's New York's great. I was just at home in New York over the holidays for about a couple weeks. And I saw a great play, To Kill a Mockingbird, on Broadway, starring Jeff Daniels, who's one of my all-time favorite actors. I mean, that guy can do theater, he can do film. He was in Dumb and Dumber with Jim and Carrey. He had his own show, The Newsroom, on HBO, and he does theater, and I mean, he can do it all. And that play was very powerful, To Kill a Mockingbird. So yeah, I don't know. I love being able to travel and be bi-coastal and spend time in New York and spend time in LA, and then obviously I have family in Connecticut. So yeah,
sounds like y'all be a traveling food critic or something with all the food that you have, and being theater and TV and everything. It's like maybe food critic is calling. It's like you're making me hungry right now.
yeah. My dream job, rest in peace, was Anthony Bourdain. I mean, he had that amazing travel show on the Food Net or the Travel Channel and CNN, and I mean, he was going to all these different countries and trying all sorts of good food, street food, bad food. I mean, he just did it all and kind of incorporated the culture. And that was, if I wasn't trying to act, that's definitely my dream job, to be like a food traveling critic or something along those lines,
Or just like Phil Rosenthal, was it Please Feed Phil? It's that new one on Netflix, or Guy Fieri, Diners, Dives, and sure. I can't think of it, so it's like...
I love that show, yeah.
Oh my gosh, and I'll tell you one thing, my son Steven wants to be a culinary chef, and maybe he'll come out the Boston